Speaking of aleatoricism, was there a particular reason that you chose to do it in this sort of aleatoric way?
That's really stemmed from my practice as a performer as well, because I'm not a good sight reader at all, and it just takes me a long time to learn things. And I find an interesting sort of intersection in music that it is incredibly complex, like the stuff that Ensemble Offspring would play quite often, like this kind of spectral stuff and stochastic things like Xenakis and Grise and things that are, you know, heavy in the score. Like there's a lot of instructions and there's a lot of specificity. And then going to listening to improvised performances from like the Now and organisations like that in Sydney who just are making things up on the spot. And I think that sometimes the audio difference, like the sonic difference, the musical difference, is just very slim between that. And one has been made up instantaneously and one has taken hours and hours and weeks, possibly months of preparation. So I just decided that I just would rather be in that camp for myself, and I don't want to put other performers through excruciating pain, just like not all the time, to play my music. So yeah, it's really about inviting the performer to have more interpretation and more expression in the piece, and to really bring themselves into it, and to have flexibility to respond with the people they're playing with as well.
Would you say that also applies with your use of extended techniques? Is that a similar reason why you sort of...
Yeah, that's also just because I don't necessarily know how to notate them all either. I don't really know enough about this. Is actually one of the first proper pieces that I've written down on paper for other people to play. I've normally played it myself, or I've made a lot of recorded music and produced soundtracks, and I do a lot of improvising and workshopping, and you know, collectively devising pieces together. But this is still one of the first times that I've actually written music and sent it off, you know, to other people to play. So it's really about, you know, the idiosyncrasies. Like, I don't know what double stops work on the violin, and I don't know how long it's going to take to get from here to there. So as a process of learning that, I sort of just say, you know, do that thing that goes like this, and I just, yeah, I keep that open as well, because I think that is another thing with notation. Like, you look up books about extended technique, and like, you know, ones might be written in the 60s, and you have no idea if that's still used, or it's really, each composer sort of just makes it up, I think, to a large degree. There are some givens, but they're often developed so closely with the performers themselves that what works on one instrument with one performer just might not translate to another. So again, I find it a little bit easier to sort of just put the intention in the scores, just say, you know, do a multiphonic with these notes, or just do some really short ricochets here, and then people can interpret that as they wish.